Hey kiddies, this is the devil, and I just wanted to let you know this Halloween, MHOG and the Rum Guy will be dropping some sick, fat beats for your party. Available by the 3rd week of October. Tricks and treats for all. Massacre on the dance floor. MHOG, the Rum Guy, and me, the devil.
Give them nothing, but take from them everything.
And welcome back to another edition of the MHOG podcast. Coming off of a full heightened day yesterday at Gnarly Barley, which was great. I am your host, Kyle. Next to me is...
That was a mouthful.
It was a mouthful.
You know what I appreciate? You're the only one of us that has like a radio voice.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, I guess. I don't know. I guess I'm trying to pantomime on whoever. Yeah, I just try to... I hear it in my head every time I feel like I talk on the radio or on a mic or some shit like that. Welcome back. You know, it just sounds like I kind of should, you know.
And I don't know, you got kind of like a smooth jazz sound. So I'm Adam. I should probably say.
Funny thing, growing up, women used to like to hear me just talk on the phone. Mm-hmm. Like they would masturbate just to me saying shit. So it was like, oh.
I haven't gotten that from a lot of women. I've been told because like I can get real raspy.
Yeah.
You know. I don't know. Are these local women or are these like women from other states?
I don't know. They're local.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because women from other states, like I get a lot of like, you know, you got a cool accent. I'm like, I'm from the city. I really don't. Because that's some people don't understand.
Everywhere else I go, I apparently I have an accent.
Yeah, I can get Southern.
Yeah,
there's times when I do, but generally my vocal patterns don't really have a specific accent.
Yeah, that's a good way to put that.
But I do occasionally. I do occasionally, but yeah, we got back from a show at Gnarly Barley last night. What time you got on?
Probably like around 11.
Yeah, I guess that's right around when I got home.
11:30.
Man, I should have, and I thought about it. So when you go into Hammond, there's not a lot to eat on the way there for whatever reason. There's really not. Now there's other stuff in Hammond, Louisiana, where you can go, but I should have went and got some food before the show. Yeah. But I did not.
And so that they had there.
I didn't see, the guy didn't have any signs up, and I was like, oh, it looks like chili. I was like, I don't like chili. It looked like chili. Like somebody had like a little thing with that looked like
sliders and bratwursts.
Well, I might have tried the brat. I'm not all.
Man, I had that jalapeno pimento cheese brat. Ooh, they put some type of butter on. You
enjoy eating it though. Every time we've gone there, you got some kind of crazy shit.
They hook it up.
Have you ever been to Taco Loco here in the city?
No.
Sometime this week, I'll find out where they are, and you and I will go.
It's a truck?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I love taco trucks.
I always they got this, because I'm a picky eater. It's called, Don't Mess with Texas Brisket or something like that. I forget what it's called. It's something like that, messing with brisket or I don't know. But it's whatever, some type of like fucking meat, like beef. And like all kinds of like super hot sauces, and they put like vegetables and stuff like that. But I'm like, I don't need that. Give me the sriracha and all that stuff. But
put that shit in everything.
It's good, but damn,
it's hot. Is it too hot?
It would probably be too. I'm not that person. Like I eat spicy.
Yeah.
But super spicy for me is not super spicy for somebody else.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
But it's not like indigestion spicy for sure.
Oh, okay.
Like it's just like right on your mouth spicy.
Fucking, that's, alright, so they have that at the Halal Guys. Have you ever eaten at Halal Guys?
No.
Alright, now their sauces that they have are delicious. Alright, and
by the way, folks, we'll get back to Gnarly Ball in a second, but we're just hungry.
Yeah, you talking about mouth water? Yes. No, they like I like a good spicy sauce, and like, wouldn't it be nice if we can just do they have a show where people just go around and find food trucks?
Yeah, I think so.
I thought so too.
I think Adam Richmond used to do something like that.
Oh, okay. But fucking Halal Guys, the only thing that
we can do that.
That does sound fun. I would love that. I would love to go ahead and get on set early on
food trucks and funny.
Yeah, food trucks and funny. Fucking right, that would be nice. At Halal Guys, I get upset with them. They're good, but I'm pissed because they don't have the lamb. They don't have lamb there. All they have is beef and fucking chicken. And it's like, how you be a gyro place and you just doing beef and chicken? Like, that doesn't, you don't have an actual gyro then. You just have fucking a beef sandwich or a chicken sandwich. And it's weird.
By the way, I'm going to be an asshole about this.
Please.
To be fair, I do this to everybody, so please don't. It's gyro.
I know.
Because the American version of gyro there is like gyroscope,
right?
Stuff like
True.
that. But
right.
but it's
I go places, but I don't want to be that fucking dick when I come in. I'm like, hey, yeah, can I get 2 gyros, please? And
well, you don't have to overpronounce it.
I know exactly.
You don't have to be Jimmy Smith.
That's why I say gyros. That's why I say gyros. Just because I'm like, all right, I don't want to be that guy because if I'm gonna say it, I'm gonna want to say it right. But if not, I'm gonna just be the ignorant person.
Don't be in Minnesota South Central. Don't be
you know what the fuck I want.
I got a friend who constantly says, there's a few of them, like he'll say sriracha, and I'm like, that's not actually how it's. No. That one actually I don't mind because that is a confusing word.
Uh-huh.
The one that he like I never say it, but like it kind of wears on me. He says Chipotle.
Oh no!
It's Chipotle,
right?
And he always says Chipotle, because there's a place called Chipotle. Called Chipotle. and every time he says it, I'm like, should I say something? Probably. And like, I shouldn't be making fun of it, but like, there's a restaurant in Disney called Via Napoli. That's the name. That's the name of the city is Napoli. He always calls it Via Napoli. And I'm like, why do you do that? Anyway, but anyway, so like they don't have like that's kind of a staple for gyros.
Right. I know it's so weird. But what they do is they have all these sauces that are there. And these sauces are really, but you have to like it's good. But you have to get all the sauces for it to be like, oh, this was a good Halal Guys experience. Mm-hmm. But that last sauce is a hot sauce, and like this just accents the whole gyro because like that sauce. But it's so goddamn spicy, like it almost ruins it. It almost ruins because you can enjoy it, but you can't enjoy it as much. Like if you don't like spicy shit, it'll fuck you up. But you need it on there.
Depending. I think it's always good to try something spicy. Like, you don't ever, like, the people who, like, Wayne's one of these people who's like, ghost peppers, or like, what's it, like, we'll try the spiciest pepper ever. That you have to sign away from, like, fuck no.
Nah, that's
no, I'm pushing 40. No.
Yeah, that stomach ulcers and shit. Like, I ate a pepper out at, we went to, I forget.
By the way, fuck just eating a pepper by itself anyway.
Yeah, we did this I ate the pepper the first time. My dad eats the peppers. They usually like, and my sisters and them, my sister and my stepmom, they like, this pepper ain't nothing. I eat the pepper. I ate this pepper. All right, I ate the first little piece of it, and it didn't do anything, and I was all right. The second time I ate a good chunk of it, where the seeds were attached and everything. And as I ate it, I swallowed it, and it just sat on the top of my stomach, and I just felt everything just like it don't feel right. I want it to cool down.
That is the worst, when you can feel your internal organs.
Yeah, just on fire. It felt like I had a campfire.
Like right now, I might as well be empty.
Yeah.
For how I feel about my internal organs. But when you get, like, you swallow something wrong, and it's like, ooh.
Oh, man.
Do I need to get a doctor?
I thought, like, I was going to have to, like, it was to the point to where I was like, I was sweating. Like, I didn't know how to, like, get rid of the pain besides just, like, I'm going to have to throw this back up because I can't deal with it right now. It was excruciating.
How did you actually try to?
Yeah, I know. I threw it the fuck back up.
Just out of curiosity, like, man, we're going to get really gross. What's your process for when you gotta force yourself to throw up?
Oh, well, see, I used to get headaches a lot when I was little. So anytime I would get a really bad migraine, I would always throw up. But I would never throw up to where I would always be able to make it to a bathroom.
That made you feel better throwing up?
Oh yeah. But it's not. I didn't want to throw up. It's just that's how
nobody
bad.
Does.
Yeah, that's how bad the headache got. To the point to where...
So I'm a fat person. I've been fat my whole life. There's been times where, especially with Chinese food, where you don't realize how much you ate until 1 minute your stomach's like, oh, you made a terrible mistake.
Yeah.
You better fix it. So now, for whatever reason, like, it doesn't really happen anymore. I think it's happened once in like the last 15 years, where I got to that point where I was like, I got to make myself throw up.
Yeah.
I've never gotten like Ipecac. You know what Ipecac is, right?
I heard that. Where you had
it's a syrup that it'll make you like so. If you sometimes like if you're in the hospital and you like took too many drugs or something like that, they'll give you like it's basically naturally pumping your stomach. You know, if you can do it on your own, But so what I'll do is like I'll open the toilet seat and put my head real close to the bowl and just kind of stare at it. And it gives me like a weird, like visceral, like there's no, it's flushed.
Yeah,
it's not like it's not that gross. It's a clean bowl. It's the cleanest bowl
gets. Like you're trying to make yourself by looking at some gross shit.
But like I picture, well, I couldn't get that close. That's like I'm picturing it like, and so like sometimes I can force myself that way.
Oh no! I can actually like and just
really,
yeah.
Oh no, I can't do that.
Yeah.
The only other thing I can do is, and it's hard, but I have a really strong like that. I've always said that's why I know I could never be gay. I have way too strong a gag reflex. Yeah. Like when I go to like a doctor's office and they're like open wide, I'm like, how bad do you need to do this? Because this could go awry for all of us. And when I was a kid and I had to get braces, have you ever gotten braces?
No, I had a brace retainer. I was supposed to get braces, but never got it.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you something. It's horrible. It is basically torture. Okay, but one of the first things they do is they have to map out what's wrong with your teeth. Yeah. So they get these plaster fillings and they stick it on these little things that are roughly in the shape of the top of your mouth and the bottom. Mm-hmm. And they stick this plaster and it's like it's not harmful. You know,
this shit you gotta bite down on?
Yeah. Yeah. And they gotta make moldings of your teeth.
Yeah. I've had that. Oh, you don't like that?
I almost threw up on a lot of women.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they're like, you just breathe through your nose. I'm like, sweetheart. Like,
it's real close.
Like it helps a little bit. It helps a little bit. But, you know, like, that's gotta stay. They're like, it's gotta stay for 30 seconds. And a couple times I was like, I made it 5.
Close to suffocation.
But but anyway, like we're sitting there talking about vomiting. But yeah, no. So Taco Loco, it's at TL Nolo on Twitter if you want to look him up. But it's really, really good. So a friend took me there a couple years ago. I tried to get him on like an MHOG thing where we'd have like a food truck. Yeah. But they were kind of dicks about it. Like if they weren't interested, fine. But I was like telling the owner. I was like, look, you know, like this is going to be an event. We're going to have bands. It should be like good money for everybody. Mm-hmm. And he's like, well, I can't do a Friday or a Saturday. Those are our money nights. And I'm like, oh, okay. I was like, well, we're not going to have like a big show on a Wednesday, bro. Yeah. Like, what do you think this is? You know, but I mean, their food's good, so I don't care. I'm not going to, you know, he wasn't like, he wasn't so much an asshole. He was just kind of dismissive, and I was like, you could have just said no.
Right.
Like, that would have been fine. Like, that's one thing about people. Like, I'm always like...
They like to drop their nuts often. It's just like, oh, yeah. It's just, I was just... All right, dude.
Like, I'm always okay with just yes or no. I don't need, like, a long explanation. I don't need, like, a song and dance. Just like, no, okay. All right, we're good. But yeah, not only by side, that's what I was getting at, man. I always wonder about people that try to listen to the show for the first time. It's so confusing.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
But yeah, so not only I should have went and got something to eat, but I didn't. So when I left, I was gonna go to tacos and beer, but I was kind of tired. So I was like, I'll just pick up something. And I saw Wendy's. I was like, all right, I'm gonna do it. Horrible mistake.
What did you get?
I just got a burger.
What kind of burger?
Just a double cheeseburger.
Oh, you should have tried that sauce and bacon burger.
Is it good?
Oh, I love it. I made a mistake and got the double. You don't have to do the double. The single was suffice, but
okay.
The double, I don't. It's very rare that I eat out, like especially like fast food burgers.
Dude,
so
get it out of you. Stop doing it. Like at my age, I only do it when I have to.
Oh, it felt bad.
A lot of certain ones like will really just wreck me.
Yeah.
But especially, I got it at 10 o'clock at night.
Ooh.
Okay, I went to bed like an hour later. I did not wake up well.
No.
I woke up. This is how it is when you get older. When you eat fucked up shit in the middle of the night.
Oh, it just sits.
You get back pains.
Ooh.
Everything hurts. It's not just like, oh, I got a stomach ache or I got a little bit of indigestion.
Shit.
It's like
your body tensing up from the inside.
Oh, I felt like I got like an elbow from The Rock. I was like, what? Why am I? But that's and I knew it. I was like, I shouldn't have got that Wendy's. You get older, like weird stuff starts happening. Like, why is this happening? It's because you old.
As I got through the double, I was like, I shouldn't have got this. And then like, there's a triple. I was like, there's no way. Like the meat is already thick,
man.
And
I'm at the point, and I've long since been at the point where a triple cheeseburger from Wendy's is disgusting.
Yeah,
like it's weird. Like one, it's not quite enough. Two is a little over the line to where you're like, I kind of wish I hadn't, but but what I was gonna do. But three, no. That's like them XLs. That's how double I wouldn't know that.
Cheeseburgers or triple cheeseburgers. No, but do you remember when the XLs came out? XL cigarettes, they had cool XL.
I've never smoked a cigarette a day in my life.
Yeah, but it was just a big thing when it came out. I've smoked cigarettes at one point in time for like 2 years strong. And it was like, you look at me now, and it was like, what are you doing? You don't look like you do that.
But I could see, was this before or after you became a comic?
This is before.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, that's a little bit surprising. Because the type of lifestyle most comics lead lends itself to like smoking cigarettes outside.
It would have been terrible if I would have done it as a comic, because I probably wouldn't have stopped. Like now that I did it, and then I was like, this ain't me, and so I just stopped. And then
how old were you?
Probably like 22, maybe. Like.
I mean, you're basically still a baby at that point.
Yeah.
See, my buddy started when we were 25, and I was like, what are you doing? Like people, like when your grandparents and even your parents smoke, you're like, okay, I get it. They didn't know any better.
Right.
I'm like, we know better.
Yeah.
I was like, you got kids. What are you gonna start smoking? He was just like, I just need something. I was like,
no, not
need
cigarettes.
Something else.
Since
it took him a long time to stop.
I haven't smoked a cigarette. Like I smoke other things. Like I'll smoke a Black and Mild or something like that. But it's more cigar type. If anything, like I'll smoke cigars and shit. Like I could enjoy a good.
But you wouldn't
cigar.
call yourself a smoker.
No, not especially not a cigarettes. Like I couldn't.
I mean, they're literally filled with poison.
Yeah, literally.
And what gets me is the people who are like, well, they don't know what's in vaping. I was like, you know what it's not in it? Cyanide.
Yeah.
Formaldehyde. You know what's in cigarettes? Cyanide and formaldehyde.
Yeah, definitely.
Like,
I don't now see. I smoke tobacco. Especially because I was a very pipe collector. I collected pipes and all that. So pipe tobacco or just regular road tobacco, I do that. Something that I can control myself. I go that route. But that's very rare that I do that. Other than that, everything is usually just weed, and the most tobacco I get is from the leaf. So, yeah, I couldn't go back to cigarettes. People have been smoking
tobacco and weed since like before civilization.
Yeah. Yeah, it's especially on the creative tip. It is very tobacco, especially. It's calming. It relaxes the nerves, and it kind of I know they said that Stephen King, he would do like coke and then smoke like cigarettes in the first thing in the morning to get his functions and such rolling, to start writing and such. But I mean that yeah, I don't mind the a good rolled cigarette, but that is as far as that goes. Yeah,
it's just a filthy habit, and as you deal with it more than I do.
Yeah, I see it everywhere.
I hate going into a club, and you don't always smell it when you're there.
Especially bars. It's so weird to see people that still smoke in their establishments. It's like, what are y'all doing? This is gross.
I'm very anti-authoritarian, but there's a part of me that wishes Jefferson Parish would pass the same law as Orleans Parish, so you couldn't smoke in bars. Because like when we go out, like if I go to see you or whatever, when I leave that place, it's just on me. It's in my clothes. Yeah. I have to take, if it's 2:00 in the morning, I still have to take a shower because I don't want that getting onto my sheets.
It's like going to a bonfire. You definitely
no, that's more fun.
Yeah. Well, you still gonna smell like smoke.
Oh, yeah. This has nothing to do with anything. But it's a different type of smoke.
Yeah, that's true.
It's that earthy. It's that Christmas smoke.
Yeah.
But I'm going to my buddies for Thanksgiving in Nashville, and he's in one of those areas where you just got like an acre of land, and so like we're gonna cut some wood, and we're gonna go like 12-year-old boy and get like coat hangers and hot dogs. And
there you go.
You don't know that yet, but that's the plan.
Definitely. Just fuck the coat hangers. Get some sticks, man. Shave that shit off. Boy Scout that thing.
I'll grab the coat hangers.
You gonna burn your mouth on the coat hangers.
I'm all right with that. You know what I've wanted to do for a long time now, and nobody ever wants to do it with me?
Go camping?
Bonfire.
A bonfire?
Old-fashioned bonfire.
Yeah, we had a fire pit at the house in Port Sulphur. They had a little...
I've done fire pits. I'm talking about
bonfire?
Where you got like 30 people and like, maybe some whatever you want to smoke, whatever. And just like play some music on like, I guess we don't have boom boxes no more. I guess you got to get like a Beats pill.
Yeah, Beats by
Spotify.
Like that.
But
bonfire comedy. Fucking have a bonfire and have like a little show.
We are now doing that.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, that sounds like a fun time.
Around Christmas, so expect that. I am looking into that immediately. I just got to find a place that'll let us do a bonfire.
Yeah. And
we'll probably have to figure out something for power because like we have to hook up a speaker, but we are 100% doing that. And we'll have like live acoustic music because fuck yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds like a good time. Oh yeah.
But yeah, just like I miss bonfire. I remember I went to a bonfire when I was 17 years old in Memphis, Tennessee, and I remember like somebody started playing Michael Jackson "Man in the Mirror" and everybody was singing it.
Oh wow.
It was so good, man.
That sounds like a good time.
And people were getting into it like, woo!
Yeah.
Woo! Na 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 na. Like people were getting into it.
Sultry song right there.
Oh, I love that song. I wish he had made a change to stop raping kids, but whatever.
You couldn't help that. You can't help that, man. You grew up in that mentality. You just need that little boy butt, from time to time.
Well, he probably got it from his dad anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
Roast in hell, Joe Jackson.
You can't help it. You can't help it. Man.
But, anyway, so Gnarly Barley.
Yeah. Good.
I know the owners of Gnarly Barley. I ain't gonna say their names, but I know they're really happy, like raping little boys' booties. Like, Gnarly Barley. We had a good show.
Oh man,
we had 3 impediments. One, I found out later because I don't follow this shit. Was the LSU game was last night?
Yeah,
and that's why a lot of people didn't show up. Because I had one guy at like 7, because we were cutting off at 7. Like at 7 o'clock, like you got to pay to get in and all that. And this guy was like, I'm just here to like get some beer and watch the game. I'm like, they're not. What game? I'm like, they're not playing a game. I was like, but if you want to go get your booze and leave, like, all right, man, I'm not gonna stop you. So he did, and like left. I was like, oh, it was the LSU game. That's what he's talking about. But so we had that. So less people showed up this time. And the other thing was, it was like and if it had happened tonight, I think it'd be perfect. Yeah. But we had the weather. We had the exact opposite yesterday as we did in May. Because in May when we were there, both shows were great, but we had the same 2 problems: weather and audio problems. Yeah. And in May, it was hot as hell. So hot. It was warm. Last night, it was fucking cold. It was frigid. And we can't close because the tap room is inside the Gnarly Barley warehouse, and we can't close the garage door, basically. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it's like, all right, I guess we're just gonna be cold. Thankfully, once I think we had like 45 people last night. It was roughly close to 50. I counted. Oh, really? Yeah. Well, I mean, depending on how, yeah. Maybe so. I don't know. I'm basing on the money, the amount of money that we had. But maybe I miscounted. I don't know. But once everybody was kind of there, it warmed up a little bit because they had a little bit of that body heat. Mm-hmm. But man, around like 5, I was just like freezing. Yeah. But despite that, we had like, hey, I mean, look, we both been to comedy shows where one person was a lot. Yeah. Yeah, we're the only people there are the other comics. And this was good. I really appreciated that. So I was like, good. I'm glad. And everybody got paid. Well. Yeah. Yeah, everybody was happy. That was a fun time. But yeah, and then we had audio. So last time I didn't think about the audio till last minute. So I got a speaker from Wayne, which Tinker Toy sort of worked. I mean, it wasn't designed for a giant warehouse, but people could hear you. Yeah, it wasn't great, but it was. This time they had the actual speakers. Yeah, they had like big speakers, but there was a problem with the receiver. And dusty. Yeah, it needed to be cleaned out, which whatever. So at some point, I'm gonna have to buy an amp. But, we're discussing, sometimes we do shows and nobody shows up. And that's the thing is, I spend this money, I got to get it back. I probably would have, it wouldn't have made but, a few dollars difference to the comics. But I took, an extra $15 because of money I spent on, advertising and gas and stuff like that. Because I've told you before, I want to do a tour. And I am working on that. But we got to get to the point where we're making I don't want to lose money. If we break even, that sucks. But no harm, no foul. But I've done so many shows over the last 6 years with MetalHandOfGaming where we took a risk, and we haven't always taken a loss. But on quite a few, we've lost money. Not a lot because we try to mitigate as much spending as we can, but I'm past that. We're too old. We need to make money. Yeah, and we did, and we appreciate Gnarly Barley, and they were super excited. That's for the what you call it? For the what? For the poster, 500 poster. Oh, okay. Well, I was all right. Well, you gave more than everybody else, but I appreciate it. That's funny money. Sorry, I'll cut that part out. But yeah, but it was Zach and Carrie who own Ollie Barley was super excited. And that like in both shows that we did there, at the end of the night, some of it is they're buzzing a little bit because everybody's been drinking, which is good.
Yeah.
And that's another thing is like last night we went longer than I expected. But we didn't get to the point where everybody was like pissed drunk because the first time when you went on, like that's why I didn't have any problem with you headlining again because I was like they won't remember, and I mean you did a different set anyway, but I was like they're not even gonna remember Kyle being there because everybody was so drunk by the end of that first show, which I think we did 2.5 hours that first one.
The first one was pretty long. This one was a lot more maintained. The people that did the brats and shit, they remembered me. It was like, it's the funny guys back again. It was like, yeah, man.
Because they don't get that up there.
No.
Not no more. I mean, Chase Myers and Josh Watts used to do a show up there a couple years ago.
By the strip though, up in Hammond.
Yeah. I'm not sure exactly where, but I mean,
K Street.
Yeah, you're right. But it never really worked out, you know. So that's been a couple years since they've had.
At first it was Corey that was hosting it there, and then I remember when Chase and Josh started taking it over. It's been so long since like that was a place to go.
Well, in addition to Gnarly Barley Wants Us Back, which we're probably going to go in January, apparently there's a place called Blackened Grill. Oh man, it's gonna drive me nuts. But oh man, if I think about it, I'll put it in the show notes or something. But I think it's called Blackened Grill. Google them. They're in Hammond. And I'll show you the menu. Like, it looks like they got some good food, but they want us there.
I don't like anything blackened.
Well, like one of their burgers, you were talking about the Sauceum burger. Yeah. One of their burgers uses beer cheese using Nirvana.
Ooh.
Like
the Nirvana beer?
Yeah.
That's all I drank when I was at Gnarly Barley last night.
Okay. Well, next time, you feel like going up there, like, because I kind of want to go meet this dude and go, like, because they got one of my favorite things is, like, a big Bavarian pretzel with salt and, like, beer cheese.
Yeah. Now, I've never had the pretzels.
All we talking about is food today.
I know, it's good. It's a foodie day. It's a foodie day. I've never had the pretzels with the beer, with the cheese. I've never had
never had beer cheese?
I've never had beer cheese, no. But I've every time I get the pretzel, I'm like, I don't want just a big regular pretzel. I like to get the cinnamon kind. I always
man, with the beer cheese, it's so good. It's so good.
Huh.
Yeah, as long as it's not like sometimes like you go places like was TGI Fridays where it used to be good, but a lot of times they microwave it now. Like you don't want that. You want like a fresh
one made, yeah.
But when you get really good beer cheese, it's so good.
Oh, beer cheese.
But anyway, Blackened Grill, and that's not blackened, it's blackened.
Blackened, yeah.
Blackened Grill.
Red fish.
Yes. But they apparently want a show. I emailed them today. The guy's supposed to call me at some point, but we're going up there too.
Oh shit! Yeah. Nice.
We're ready for things to kick off. Oh, and I wouldn't call myself his manager, but I'm helping to manage Jack Locke and what he's doing. I'm trying to get him shows, and apparently we're doing Gnarly Barley up with the Monochromes.
Yeah.
His 50s, 60s rock band.
Yeah, nice.
There's big things in the work. And, we're trying, hopefully.
Starting to fucking pop off.
Hopefully, yeah, we get a little bit of momentum with all this stuff. And, because, like, there's too many talented people that in this city that just wallow.
Yeah, and because like I said once, I don't know if I was explaining this to you, the picture, the image that I had in my head of what New Orleans looks like, especially when it comes to artists and talent in there. And the picture it's basically like crabs in a barrel, always crabs in a barrel, always somebody trying to take each other down. But it would be the boot. It would be a boot, like a Louisiana boot type barrel, and inside the barrel, you'll see the outside of the barrel, but the inside, you'll see the inside, and you'll see the layers of like Louisiana, the layers of New Orleans, and then you see that one guy that's actually trying to, kind of like it's the Truman Show. Everybody's watching him from the outside, and so he's trying to like get out of the barrel. And you see outside the barrels like Utopia, like, like Hollywood, basically. But nobody sees that because they're having such a good time inside the barrel. And as he's trying to reach out through the ladder, peeping through the little wormhole, he's trying to get pulled down.
I know what you're saying. Like they don't want to take the risk of trying to get out.
Right.
But they don't want you to get out either.
Right. Yes. Exactly.
Because if you get out, that just means they weren't good enough.
Right. Yeah.
No, that's true. That's true.
And I want to draw that. It is very sad.
I've always said, like, I'm happy to help anybody, and I've reached out, and I won't mention names, but there's comics that I tried to help when we first started getting involved with this, because I don't get anything out of it other than loving comedy. Because you know me. I would say I have a better mind for comedy than 99% of the comics that I've met. I'm just not a comedian. It's just not me. I have a different... And
they have a lot. There's a few of y'all like that are out there that's very helpful, because it's like, you can, especially when it comes to like bouncing off ideas or what you think is like, oh, well, this is good and that's good. Like, I tell people, like, to get your approval when it comes to like, oh, you made him laugh. Yeah, then he really like a good comic critic. Yeah, that's your alley right there. And yeah, I'm glad. Yeah,
well, and last night, I won't say who, but there's a couple people I saw last night that I was like, you got a future. Mm-hmm. You just got to make the right choices, right. Which is what I've told you all the time. It's not just about talent. Sometimes it's about luck and just having a brain for it, you know?
Yeah,
but
right place,
a lot of it's luck, though,
usually.
But there's comics that I tried to help that, like, didn't really want it for whatever reason. Sometimes it was just like, who are you? And sometimes it was just people who don't really think about, other people.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. Like, I'll take the shirt off my back until I find out you wouldn't do that for me. Mm-hmm. It don't matter if I ever ask you to take the shirt off your back. Mm-hmm. I just need to know that, like, we're in this together and that you appreciate that. But if I see that you don't, like, I'm out.
Even if my shirts don't fit, because I'm pretty sure it wouldn't fit, I'd still give it to you.
I can get on my elbow.
we can Winnie the Pooh that shit. I can turn
your shirt. I need a do-rag.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw me do.
Do what?
The Hulk Hogan thing?
No, I did. I seen you with the little towel on your head.
I did two of them. Did you see the second one?
I didn't see
I did it for hours to show it to you. No.
I seen them. I was like, look at you looking like a Sambo man.
We were talking about it on the show on Wednesday. And I was like, I need to make another video, because I had this idea, because originally when I was making the video as a response to Kevin's video, where Kevin did the wrestling thing, and I was like, I'm gonna make a video, and I decided to, like, I'm gonna do a Hulk Hogan thing. Originally, like, I was gonna lip sync to Katy Perry's Roar, and I was like, oh, I need to do that.
Yeah,
I did it. Facebook rejected it because it said you can't copyright the material.
Yeah,
I'm not making money off it.
But you got to put up, I do not own the rights to this material. And they'll let you put
I think they still would have rejected it. But I was like, because it might have broken the border on silly. Like, it was silly, but I was like, it might be too silly. So I did another one. But the deal was, I still don't have a do-rag. So I took my Dr. Seuss jammies that have the Grinch on it.
Yeah.
And I was looking at it, I was like, so I said this, I was like, I'm wearing my Dr. Seuss jammies. You can see the Grinch, but it doesn't look like a do-rag. I kind of look like Erykah Badu. Because I did. Like, it was kind of like what do they call those? The
raps?
Is it just called a rap? It's got to be a word for it in Africa. I assume that's African, not just like a made-up American...
Can't they cloths and shit? I mean, head wraps.
All right, well, it's a head wrap, but it just looked like something Erykah Badu would wear. I know I'm reaching way back to Erykah Badu, but anyway.
She wears head wraps.
I don't know where I was going with that, but anyway, but comedy. But yeah, there's people that, like, I'm happy to, and there's a lot of comics that I'm like, man, I'd like to see, or not just man, women too. I like to see them do better, but I'm like, I don't know what you're doing. Like, I don't know where you think you're going with this, because you're not, like, it's not that you don't have talent. You just, like, are you trying?
Yeah, there's a few of them like that that's just in the city. And it's like, oh, you just going with the flow right now. Mm-hmm. It's like, I wonder where most of them are trying to go. Like, they got people, you see some of the people with the shows.
Some of them just might not have a plan. Some of them might just think, like, oh, this is just what you do. I just keep doing shows and somebody will notice me and give me, like, the golden ticket.
Yeah,
there's people that think that.
Oh yeah, there's a few people down here that think that's just gonna. I'm like, I think you got to go get it, man. I don't think it's just gonna come like that.
I can prove to you right now why that's true. That you have to go get it yourself. You know. So one of the comedians that you had on last night, Ashley Branch, who did Kamara say she opened for? Hannibal Buress. So did John Rowe, right?
Yeah. Kamari also opened for him too.
Oh, did he? I didn't know that.
The last time he came down, like his last 2 shows that he came down, that he was on for at the Sanger.
I'm sure Hannibal Buress thinks all of them.
Mary Devon. Oh, I think it was Mary Devon, not.
Oh, I think you're right.
It was Mary Devon that opened for him.
You're right. So I'm racist. I was like, all right, you picked the black girl. Anyway, I would have. Anyway, but I'm sure he didn't just like sitting back and not pay attention to these people.
No,
he thinks they're funny.
Yeah,
but it's not up to him, you know. And we also Corey Mack opened for D.L. Hughley, who when I was 13 years old, that's not as impressive to me. I saw that special. When I was 13 years old, D.L. Hughley was maybe the best comic on the scene. Like I watched Martin. D.L. Hughley was a way better comic.
The Hugleys? The show, The Hugleys?
That came on later.
Oh, you talking about you watched his stand-up.
Right.
You watched
I'm talking about back when he was a guest star on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Like that far back. I don't know if you ever saw that episode. He played a stand-up.
Yeah. Way back then.
That was when he was still a young comic back then. He was like in his 20s. He was like younger than you, you know?
Shit.
But like he did an HBO special that like I used to fucking copy that shit all the time. I love D.L. Hughley. He's a huge in the world of comedy. Maybe he's not a name like he used to be.
Political now.
Yeah, that's kind of why
his new special is.
That's kind of why I don't watch it.
Yeah.
Just because like
that's why I haven't seen it yet, because people was like, anybody know what the fuck he talking about in this special?
I think he's just gotten crazy as he's gotten older. That don't mean he's not talented. But anyway, but I'm sure he thought Corey Mack was super talented. Mm-hmm. But you got to go out and get it.
Yeah.
You know, these guys, they might be willing to take you on the road with them. But you got to show them something. You got to let them know, like, I'm not just a local comic who's just looking to do, like when you show up in town, like, you know, like your mistress when you were a traveling salesman and shit like that, like, you're like, I'll fuck you when you're in town. You go back to your wife. Mm-mm. Like, no, I'm looking to be the wife.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm looking to go ahead and get hitched. Goddamn.
Right. So, yeah, you know, like I said, it's not like they don't think y'all are funny. But they need y'all to go out and get it. Nobody's gonna do it for you. Mm-hmm. And these comics that think that, like, I don't understand it.
Yeah, there's a lot of newbies that are coming up. It's like, hey man, what I gotta do to get on? I was like, what you mean get on? Get on what?
Go kick ass.
It's like there's I don't. No, you got to put the time in. Like, get out there, get on these stages, and continue. Like, because when I asked for after the tour, like the guy that I went on the tour with, he still needed other people, and like this was kind of flaky to me because he didn't really check the criteria or nothing. He just went off of hearsay what somebody else said, and I was like, you didn't look up no background or nothing like that to see who you bringing with you if they can do such and such. All you just banking on is that they said that they can do this time, but you ain't never really see what they do. I was like, you just going off a whim. But you know, I had other friends that I thought might be able to take the time because he was looking for other people, and like he was trying to go everywhere with him. And I'm like, all right, I know what you're doing, and like there's certain places that I like. He was just basically looking for somebody to go ahead and fill his allotted time that he needed just so he can get paid. He wasn't really thinking about anybody.
Was this one or two people, or did he have like an actual crew?
No, he had no crew. It's just him.
Well, why didn't you just go and say, look, man, like, have you seen what I can do? Am I good? If I'm good enough, let me find you some killers.
He will see. He was just looking for people that I understood that I knew who might be able to do it, but everybody I look for, because this is a town of, you get 3 minutes here, maybe 5 minutes there, everybody was like, maybe I got 20, maybe I got 15, and I'm like,
that's not good,
man, this is a good opportunity, son. And I was like, man, y'all been doing this for some years now, y'all don't have at least?
Because there's well, A, you need to be writing material all the time, B, you also got to figure out the pacing of it. like how to keep an audience with you, you know. But anyway, we got some good things. I'm serious about that Christmas comedy bonfire.
Yeah, bonfire comedy.
If anybody out there that's listening knows a good place where we can do an actual bonfire, like please, fuck, I don't know about maybe Gnarly Barley will let us do it out.
That'd be cool,
like out that field, like you know. Please let us know, because that would be a lot of fun, and I'm down for that. Like, we'll get some hot dogs, we'll fucking some music, some comedy, you know. We'll sing some Michael Jackson, "Man in the Mirror."
Reminisce of the good old days.
But yeah, I'm just ready to like do all this stuff. I'm tired of waiting.
Yeah, see, the thing is that when I went on this comment, it's so crazy that people put themselves on this pedestal, but they're so like they're not ready. They're so underprepared, and it's like, oh, you say you can do this, like, because when dude asked me, he was like, hey man, so how much time you got? I was like, I mean, well, for this, you know, you just want 30 minutes, you know. He was like, oh, so that's how long have you done before? I was like, I mean, I've done 30 minutes, you know. I've never had to do something long, but like, I got a show that's completely different for what I'm about to do with you, and that's a whole hour. And it was like, oh man, you got that much? I was like, yeah, why don't have, like, you...
No, they don't.
What are you doing? Like, you got...
It's so funny how, like, I look at comedy different than a lot of people. Like, there's people that still have sort of that Bob Hope thing where they'll have a joke and they'll just work on that one joke for, like, weeks. It's like, I got to get that joke. When I do joke, and that's what I love about podcasts, and that's why, like, when you first came on, I was telling you, I was like, man, this is going to improve you, because, like, yeah, you won't be constantly throwing out nines. I always tell people, like, look, a comedian's job is to throw out mostly 6s and 7s, and if you're lucky, you get like a 9 every once in a while.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm just throwing out 5s and 6s, but I can throw out those 5s and 6s all day. You got to work to come up with that 6 and 7.
Yeah.
You know, I hope that makes sense to the audience.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
like dealing cards. They have
I might hit a 3 every once in a while, but so do comics. You know, like whatever. But I mean, since I was little, like I write material in my head all the time. It's just that, like, I know, like, I'm not, like, I just, although I have thought about recently, like, maybe I should, like, just go do open mics just to do them for a little bit. Yeah. Like, maybe for a few months. And I might, I don't know.
I've gotten into a different phase of my comedy now, to where it's not just based on the joke now. It's more of expression and how I express myself as I deliver the joke. And yeah, that's taking, like, that's a whole nother level of joke writing right there. Like,
understanding that there's anything can be funny. Absolutely anything if you know what you're doing. And I'll give you a perfect example. There's an old wrestler named Arn Anderson.
Arn Anderson, fucking right. Tosh always talks about him.
Who?
Tosh.
Daniel Tosh?
Yeah, he's always, fuck you, Arn. I'm going to take you down. Rah, guns.
He was one of the 4 horsemen, so I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just random.
Like, his whole thing was just every year to just find a way to shit on Arn Anderson.
I don't know that much about Arn Anderson other than Ric Flair, when he came back to I guess he was in WWE for the first time in the mid-2000s. He used to have, like, Arn Anderson with him because that was his boy, and he would call him he's like, this is my enforcer, Double A. Right? Double A. But anyway, apparently, I guess he's fixed it, but apparently Arn Anderson was, like, hardcore Canadian, like, didn't speak. I mean, he spoke English, but he had, like, a weird French-Canadian accent. Yeah. And so, like, he used to be, I forget what they call it, but, like, the guy that would give show notes to the wrestlers backstage. Really? Mick Foley tells a story where Arn Anderson was like, first you will do this, and then the crowd will go, banana!
Banana?
That's not that, it's not funny by itself. Like, if you just yelled out, banana! Yeah. People would be like, what the fuck? But the way you say it, and that's the difference between a good storyteller and a great storyteller. A good storyteller, or a bad storyteller, I guess, or bad to good, whatever, but can just tell a story and you get the point.
Right.
But a great storyteller knows the beats. Like, like anytime I'm telling a story on this show, even if it just happened to me, in my head, I'm working out the beats. Like, all right, slow it down here, emphasize here. Because that's what gets people, and that's what brings the humor into it. Because, like, it's other than that, it's just words.
Ooh,
you know?
Knowing when to pause. Oh,
right.
That's very helpful. Like,
and how long.
Yeah, there you go.
Like, when you see a good comic that tells a story where he has, like, a 3-minute pause or something, like it feels like 3 minutes where you're just like, wait, is he gonna keep doing this? Yeah. And it starts to get funny, and it's like, now it's uncomfortable. It's funny again.
Paul has a few of those. Really? Yeah, you've seen it. He's done it the first time when he hosted at Gnarly Brawler the first time. Okay. He has that uncomfortable pause thing. It's like, Paul, is gonna be too long. He waits until right there on the brink to where it's like, it's almost uncomfortable.
And there's no math to it.
No.
You just gotta pull it off.
Yeah. That's basically.
But when you get those moments where you know what you're doing and you can do that, that's when you know you got something.
Yeah. Like I'm doing a lot of these poetry has been able. My cadence and stuff are just normal jokes now is a lot easier, and I'm able to like add and like add certain shit and take away certain shit and know what's supposed to hit and how it's supposed to hit, and it's been very helpful. Yeah.
I did appreciate you did that girl with this with where you going with these eyebrows. Yeah. And there was a part like I've heard this word before, but I'll be honest with you, I never knew what it was. Where you mentioned Rougarou. Yeah. And last night you explained what it was. I was
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, I just went with it because it was a funny word. I'm like, I don't know what it means.
I always explain it in there. Like the first
I don't think I've heard you explain it before.
Yeah, I always explain it just because that like most people don't know what it is, especially if I'm like somewhere else where like people from out of town or something like that, they don't know the Rougarou. So I always explain what it is. At first, it was just because I felt I needed to explain it, and I wasn't going to continue to explain it.
But now it works for you.
Yeah, it's a part of it. It's a part of it. It's a part of the poem.
It's a little comedic break. I mean, the whole poem's meant to be comedic, but it's a little break that lets people know, like,
that's where the pop comes right there. When I say that, because most people, just like you, is like, oh, that's a clever little word. I don't know what it means, but I like that he put that there. It's like, it rhymes with Subaru. That's good. And then you tell them, they're like, oh my God, just the fucking Louisiana Bigfoot, just to explain somebody's facial features like that.
I've never heard that in my life. I've heard the word.
Oh. Yeah.
I've never heard anybody talk about a Louisiana Bigfoot. Yeah. I still don't even know what you're talking about, to be honest.
Yeah, Rougarou. You look it up.
I'll look it up.
That's like our native folklore.
That's the name of this episode, Rougarou. But yeah.
Arugula.
And we're going to make a little video before you leave as well about this. But just to remind people, so we got 2 things coming up in the next week. One is on November 16th at 9 p.m.
Yes.
At the Always Lounge. If you're anywhere near New Orleans, it's Inquisitors and Observations.
The Inquisitors Observations.
I'm sorry. The Inquisitors Observations. I like the picture too, the Yelta.
Thank you. Yeah, everybody.
I don't know where you did that, but
you know where I did it? Right there in front of that 300 sign out there by the St. Louis Cathedral.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the second one, the other ones, I was in the French Market.
I saw the outtake pictures of that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the Inquisitors Observations at the Always Lounge at 9 p.m. is $10 for regular tickets.
Yeah.
And then $20 for
VIP tickets.
Okay. So yeah. Please come out.
Yeah. And VIP comes with a poster and a bottle of champagne. A signed poster.
This like we do a lot of shows, but like if you have the chance to go see this, please do, because this is something that's important to you.
Yeah.
This isn't just like some show that you're doing, which a lot of them are.
Mm-hmm.
But and then November 17th at the gas station bar.
Gas station number 500. 500 episode.
I don't blame you, but like when I had you go upstage on stage before the show last night, I was like, make sure you mention the 500th episode. Oh, yeah. And I could tell you forgot.
Yeah.
And so I was like, cow.
I was like,
5. I'm like holding up my hands with the 5. I'm like, maybe he'll get it. And you're like, I don't know, you need $5? What?
Get it right away.
5 more minutes? I don't know. Like I was like, no,
like,
500.
I was like, oh yeah. Got it.
I've had to do that to you for a few different things over the years, though.
Yeah. Oh, when I get up there, I totally blank out.
My favorite was Wayne's second wedding.
Oh yeah.
You were up there talking about farting with Popeyes or something like that.
Yeah.
Something about Popeyes, and I was like, you start talking about like fucking pixies and stuff like that. Like, and we're all just kind of looking at each other like, where's this going?
Yeah.
You know, and eventually I just had to take the mic from you, just like, we can do this, but we're here for something else. But anyway, but yeah, 500th episode. It's been a trip.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope people show up. And we got a special post today I got to make copies of to sell. And they're going to be $5 each. So if y'all want to buy one, support the show. But it's a free show otherwise. 500th episode. And so yeah, come on out.
Yes. Come on out. Support.
Only disappointing thing is that Rum couldn't be there. Which really
Rum be making it to a lot of stuff though.
Yeah, I mean, he made it to more shows than, I mean, like, if you had to come out here from that far away. But,
yeah.
I guess that's all we got to say now. God bless everybody who's in those wildfires. I know we're both fans of Joe Rogan. And
man. Fucking God blesses a nigga. So
yeah, I hope his studio don't burn down.
Yeah.
That's got to be the real bitch.
Right.
Like, you just buy a new house, but that studio.
Ooh. God damn, these fucking fires are still going.
Man, that's the crazy. People in California brag about the weather, but it's like, yeah, okay, but at any time, like your house could burst into flames, and sometimes just randomly the earth opens up and swallows you. But then like, what's worse, like being out there or being like in the Midwest, where at any time the air starts spinning around you and swallows you.
Yeah, yeah.
You just get sucked up into the air.
That's not fun.
No.
Jesus.
World's out to get you. Anyway, God bless everybody out there in those wildfires. And,
yes. Stay safe, man.
So I've been Adam.
I've been Kyle.
And
keep it metal.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you.
Adieu, parting is such sweet sorrow.
Go ahead and run. Run home and cry to mama. Get the fuck out. Okay then. That's it.